Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we are back on World of Warships Legends. Today is Monday, it is Memorial Day, and I thought I would come on and do a Battleship game for America because, well, here in the United States right now, if you don't know what Memorial Day is, it is the basically the remembrance of all of the fallen service members who gave the ultimate sacrifice, right? A lot of people forget that, especially if you live in America and other nations, but mainly we're talking about American Memorial Day. Our freedom isn't free. A lot of people take freedom for granted, and we all do stupid things sometimes, and we forget that the only reason we're allowed to be stupid is because of the people who fought for our country and ultimately laid down their lives in the name of freedom and for our rights that we hold so dear. So never ever forget that if you're an American, the only reason you're here today is because of the people out there who gave the ultimate sacrifice, and also the people in general who just served and fought for our country. It's something that a lot of people are, it's kind of scary that a lot of people are forgetting about it. And it's just, yeah, it's just one of them things. But anyway, today we're in the West Virginia Tier 5 Premium American Battleship. I quite like this ship when it wants to work, of course. You all know me and RNG. I love battleships, but when RNG is being weird, oh man. There definitely is going to be some shots throughout this game that are going to be very questionable. I mean, that's to be expected, but, you know. Anyway. It looks like we got a Graf Spee with us. We got some people going over to Alpha side with me. I decided to come over to Alpha side because it is the weaker side in terms of battleships. Like, we have a Tier 5 BB over here. They got a Tier 6 over there. For whatever reason, one of our battleships decided to go straight up the middle. I don't understand that logic, but, you know, whatever. There is also their destroyer is a Fubuki. He's on our Alpha side cap, and our cruiser is sitting right on the edge of the cap. And hopefully he might do something about that destroyer, but then again, I don't know, because there's a lot of battleships out here. That could definitely thwart any sort of efforts that our friendly cruiser could try to, you know, have throughout this battle. So we got a, looks like a, we got a Kijuyan, the Duin, I don't even know how to pronounce that thing. The Dutch cruiser, Tier 5. Yeah, overpens, because Dutch cruiser has absolutely insane armor. No armor, best armor on the Dutch cruisers. So, unfortunately, we do nothing to him. Now, the Gokas here, we should do some decent stuff and have some decent results, and just like that, we do some pretty good damage there. We get a couple pens and whatnot, so I will take that. Very nice indeed. Finally, the Kijuyan Duin, whatever, has gone down. The Dutch cruiser out of here. Great. That means no more airstrikes from that guy, and no more planes overall will be harassing us throughout this game, because thankfully it's not a carrier game, so there's that. I was actually playing some other battleships. I was trying to get a good game in for Memorial Day for you guys, but I just was not having the games. Like, it was pretty bad, I'm not even gonna lie. But this one was the best one I got so far, so I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll use this one as the game. So yeah, the beginning of this match, as you guys can see, nothing spectacular is happening right now. We're just kind of in positions. We're just trying to get people killed and out of here. The beginning of every battleship game usually isn't, you know, fireworks and rainbows and sunshines and explosions. You know what I mean? Usually the beginning of every match in a battleship is you trying to get yourself into a decent position and whatnot, and so on and so forth. Like in this game in particular, I just straight up go right up and I'm right out here. Like, there's really no thought in this gameplay, because the enemy team is just playing super weird. Like, look where all these guys are positioned. I do not understand. Like, usually on this side of the map, I go super wide and around, but since, you know, they're all sitting behind islands and they're all way over there, and this side is the weak side now, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to push straight in, because our team on the other side died because they're overloaded over there, and this side here is currently the strong side for our team. So we got to push the initiative. We have to clear up this side if we want any chance of winning this game. Now, we did get rid of that destroyer. I did slap him, and the team did finish him. So they do not have a destroyer. We have 2 caps right now. Our destroyer is going to be the hero of this game. The Fubuki, the friendly Fubuki over in the Bravo cap. He is going to do great things, and towards the end of the video, he actually fully clutches up, and it's pretty good to see. So we definitely had a good destroyer player on our team, and ultimately, he basically ensured the win for us. So you guys will see what I'm talking about here coming up shortly. But as you guys can see, I am taking a lot of damage. I'm getting shot at by a Tennessee. I'm trying to angle. I'm getting burnt down by HE. I'm trying to turn away to get the hell out of here. Obviously, though, we're a Colorado, so we don't have very good maneuverability. We don't have very good speed. So really, we're just kind of playing the slow motion dodge and jig around. And hopefully, we live long enough to continuously get these 16-inch 45 caliber guns off. And as you guys can see, we got a beautiful shot over the island.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
And down goes that cruiser. The Gokas is gone, so good. Less HE spam, the better. That will make my life a lot easier, so, and a lot happier overall. Now, as you guys can see, our Fubuki in the Bravo cap, I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead because, look, I mean, there's literally a Leipzig charging our Fubuki down. Like, I thought he was for sure F-U-C-K-E-D with a capital F, okay? But no. He gets the hell out of there at the last second. Absolute god-tier maneuvering from that Fubuki. Again, he's going to be the hero of this story for this match. That guy plays very well, and he got the hell out of there at the perfect time to be alive and, you know, not dead. Most destroyer players shit themselves, and they usually just die. They don't try to escape. So it's nice to see a destroyer player who actually has somewhat of an idea of how to play DDs. It really is. But anyway, we're about a quarter, actually, we're about halfway done with this game. We're up to 67,000 damage. We've got a kill, obviously, on that cruiser. We've got an assist medal because of the destroyer. Overall, we're doing pretty good. We've got 30 shell hits, and we have 60,000 damage. That's an average, you know, of like 2,000 damage per shell, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, pretty good. Not bad. Hopefully, we're going to be able to come around here, finish this Tennessee off. Unfortunately, the Tennessee did kill our Queen Elizabeth. Unfortunately, I was hoping that our Queen Elizabeth could, you know, win that fight. I mean, he's a Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth has amazing 15-inch guns. Not sure how he lost it, but, you know what they say. Ship happens, so I'm going to come around here. I'm going to get him out, and just like that, that's our second kill of the game. And it is currently a 3v5 situation. 3v5 situation, the enemy has 2 caps. This is a completely losable game. This could go anywhere. And you guys are going to see real shortly what's going to happen here in the next few minutes. It's going to be kind of almost on the level of like Game of Thrones type stuff. So obviously the Graf Spee, he torpedoes the Fuso. So the Fuso is out of here. Okay, the Fuso's gone. So now it has gone from a 3v5 to a 3v4. And we get a beautiful shot with the front guns there on that California. Just smacked the shit out of him. Hit all 4 shells. 1 of them was a shatter. 3 of them were full penetrations. That was disgusting. But honestly, that's what should happen to people who just sit and back up and not do anything to try to dodge. So that's what you get, California, for sitting around like a dum-dum. But we shoot the front guns off again, and we got the back guns. Now, see this Leipzig here? Watch this. Watch this. Yeah. That's a devastating strike high caliber with the back guns on that Leipzig. Yeah, he had fun. See ya, get out of here. No HE spamming allowed for you. Thank goodness I killed him there, because he could have been a serious problem for our Graf Spee. And our Graf Spee is going to be able to do some things to the Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst has torpedoes, but so does the Graf Spee. So I'm really hoping that my Graf Spee can torp him as well, and he does get them off, just like so. And we see a Mackinson out here, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shoot this guy. Trying to get the auto-aim, or the aim assist to work here, kind of, my favorite. And as you guys can see, the friendly Graf Spee dodges most, if not all, the torpedoes from the Scharnhorst. And he hits the Scharnhorst with torps. I think he actually hit him with all 4. He took a lot of health off of him, so so far, that Graf Spee is doing a fantastic job of just absolutely demolishing that Scharnhorst. I'm so glad that he is able to do that. So also, yeah, shout out to the Graf Spee as well. He is most likely going to die, but he is definitely not going to die in vain. Him taking down that battleship is huge. That is going to help me out a lot, so I can live a bit longer and make these guys basically give them a harder time, essentially. You know what I mean? So there we go. I'm making it harder for them to win this game, and that's the whole idea. So we went from a 3v5 to a 3v4 to a 2v2. Yeah, I love these close games. I really do. When shit's all just coming down to the down to the wire here. Obviously, we're gonna die, unfortunately. But again, my sacrifice was not in vain either, because I did a lot of stuff before I went down. But we're going to now switch over to the hero of this story, currently. So as you guys can see, the Fubuki is currently heading towards the Bravo cap. And he's trying to get torpedoes off on that California. California has pretty good torpedo protection, but it really doesn't matter when it comes to Fubuki, because Fubuki just puts out so many torps. They still hurt no matter what. They're still going to do like 10, 15k damage. They're not fun to deal with. But as you guys can see, the California is able to turn away. He actually is not sailing in a straight line, and he's being very smart. So, but he's also taking himself out of the battle. He's running away. So what that's going to end up doing is it's going to allow our Fubuki to move up here and potentially get into the Bravo cap and maintain our points lead. We have a points lead right now because of the amount of battleships we just took out. We took out a Scharnhorst, we took out a Fuso, so that gave us like 100 and something points, which is very handy. And our Fubuki is going to waste absolutely no time, and he's going to get right into the Bravo cap, get in there, get the cap, stop them from getting points, and maintain our points lead. Fantastic stuff from this Fubuki. Now, I was a little worried that there might be, there might be the Mackinson still hanging around. He might just swing back around, get into the cap, and kill our Fubuki. That's what I was concerned about. But no, the Mackinson doesn't do that. I think he's going the super long way around to Alpha. I think he's going the really long way around. So, I don't think we're going to have to worry about him. And our Fubuki, I think, knows this too. I think he knows this as well. That's why he's not going towards Alpha. He's turning his ship towards Charlie to get distance. So that way he can maintain the points lead and win the game. We only have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So this is very winnable. All this Fubuki has to do is live. And, of course, get this cap. That's it. That's all he's got to do. And we win this game. And spoiler alert, that is exactly what he's going to do. So there you go. Fubuki is still putting out torpedoes, putting pressure on that California still. And, yeah. But really, I don't think it matters. California's too slow to do anything about what this Fubuki's doing. He cannot get up here quick enough to have any effect whatsoever on the outcome of this battle. And our Fubuki knows that, so he's just playing the cap game. Capping, capping, capping. You love to see it. You love to see it. Fantastic job, Fubuki. I mean, love it. Lately, man, it's just a breath of fresh air. Most of the DD players that I see are just garbage. Like, they just don't do anything. So this guy is the complete opposite. So there you go. 27 seconds left. And it looks like finally the Mackinson got into the cap at Alpha. A little too late for that. And our Fubuki is going to get into the Charlie cap. This was also pretty dangerous too, because easily that California could pop right out right here. If that California would have just kept sailing straight towards Charlie, this could have been real bad. But as you guys can see, California's nowhere in sight. And that is the end of the game with a win. Perfect. Textbook destroyer play. Fantastic job, Fubuki. Also, shout out to the Graf Spee for taking out that Scharnhorst. Everybody played their part here at the end. Myself, the Fubuki, and the Graf Spee. Well done, everybody. And, yeah, I was going to send him a message, but he's on PlayStation, unfortunately. So if you're watching, shout out to you, man. But anyway, 126,000 damage, Confederate high caliber, devastating strike medals. Not too bad at all. Here's a commander build. I'm running William Sims, Andrew Cunningham, and Arthas the Cold as inspirations. Not sure why I have Arthas on when I don't even have a fighter, but I think it was my fleet battle build. But anyway, there's the build for my William Sims. And yeah, nonetheless, everybody, thank you guys for watching on this lovely Memorial Day. Remember, guys, freedom isn't free, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom is not free. The only reason we're here today is because of the people who fought for our country. So never forget, guys. Anyways, have a great one, everybody. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Words are even more feeble on this Memorial Day, for the sight before us is that of a strong and good nation that stands in silence and remembers those who were loved and who, in return, loved their countrymen enough to die for them. The willingness of some to give their lives so that others might live never fails to evoke in us a sense of wonder and mystery. And if words cannot repay the debt we owe these men, surely with our actions, we must strive to keep faith with them and with a vision that led them to battle and a final sacrifice. Our first obligation to them and ourselves is plain enough. The United States and the freedom for which it stands, the freedom for which they died, must endure and prosper. Their lives remind us that freedom is not bought cheaply. It has a cost. It imposes a burden. And just as they whom we commemorate were willing to sacrifice, so too must we. Winston Churchill said of those he knew in World War II, they seemed to be the only young men who could laugh and fight at the same time. A great general in that war called them our secret weapon, just the best darn kids in the world. Each died for a cause he considered more important than his own life. Well, they didn't volunteer to die. They volunteered to defend values for which men have always been willing to die if need be. And how they must have wished, in all the ugliness that war brings, that no other generation of young men to follow would have to undergo that same experience. As we honor their memory today, let us pledge that their lives, their sacrifices, their valor shall be justified and remembered for as long as God gives life to this nation. Earlier today, with the music that we have heard and that of our national anthem, I can't claim to know the words of all the national anthems in the world, but I don't know of any other that ends with a question and a challenge as ours does. Does that flag still wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?